Hi, I'm Molly Monks, a licensed insolvency practitioner at Parker Walsh. So what happens when your bounce back loan repayments are unsustainable? You can't afford to repay them. What do you do? So there are a few informal options that you could do, one of which is to contact the lender and renegotiate the terms of repayment. So explain the company's position, and most likely you'll have to provide documentation evidencing that the company is struggling, but that going forward it will be able to make the repayments on a more favourable basis to the company. It's important that you remain in communication and dialogue with the lender so that you can fully explain the situation and see if they are willing to do it. Unfortunately, they don't have to, but some lenders, will work with you to obtain a better payment plan more suitable for the company. So you can enter into negotiations with your lender. The other option would be to obtain a loan, and this loan would be to repay the bounce back loan off, but the loan that you obtain must be on better conditions than what you're repaying the bounce back loan back at the moment. So you could see about refinancing. Just be careful in regards to what security they may ask for in respect of that new loan. So they might ask for a personal guarantee, and you need to consider that very carefully. The other option would be if the company is ceasing to trade and it has enough money to pay the bounce back loan from either assets that could be converted into cash, i.e. sold and converted into cash, or there's already cash at bank, and that would be via a Members Voluntary Liquidation. That's a solvent liquidation. So you would cease trading, enter into a Members Voluntary Liquidation, and then the cash that the company has would be used to pay the liabilities, including the bounce back loan. So those are some of the options to consider. And then you have the formal insolvency options to consider. Now this is where you are struggling to repay the bounce back loan back. Maybe they won't accept more favourable terms, or you just can't even offer any more, any better terms for the company. You can't obtain a loan, and there's no assets and no cash to pay the bounce back loan. So then you might need to consider a company voluntary arrangement, and that's a formal debt repayment plan. Or you could look at administration if there's another entity that could take on the business. You could look at a pre-pack administration. Or if the company is insolvent, there's no prospect of it being able to trade profitably in the future, and then you could close the company down, enter into a Creditors voluntary liquidation, and that would write off the bounce back loan. The one option that's not available is dissolution. I know a lot of companies try to do that, but the bank will object because of the bounce back loan that they're owed. They would want to see it enter into liquidation rather than dissolution, so that everything can be dealt with properly. But if you're struggling with the bounce back loan and you just want to run through those options with me and maybe get a more bespoke, tailored advice to your situation, please get in touch. Okay, thank you.